Hey there, this is Red. It's time for another episode of Red Plays. All right, we're doing something different. We're not doing something different in that we're playing Venom. So it's Marvel Champions and we're playing Venom. All right, things that we're doing different this go round are number one, I'm playing with a actual built Venom deck. So I'm using a Venom aggression deck that's out on um, the CDB, and I'll put a link down in the comments below. But it's a lockdown stun deck for Venom. So I haven't actually played it, looked it up, thought it looked interesting. I did want to play Venom Aggression, so that's what I put together. Is this kind of Venom Aggression deck? Looks like it's based on stun. Now, what I don't have any idea of is I'm going to try to go through the Galaxy's Most Wanted campaign. And I have no idea how that's going to work in that campaign, so we will find out how that goes. Now, I've looked at the campaign enough to know what cards to put into the decks, but I really haven't gotten further than that. So let's take a look at what's in the campaign here. So let's see here. Blah, blah, blah. Lots of words. Ooh, there's a nice comic here. So what do we have here? We've got Alpha Flight Station, Earth's orbit. Commander, we're under attack by the Badoon. We're sustaining heavy fire. Divert emergency power to the shields. I'm headed out. You see Captain Marvel heading out there. There's too many of them. Send the distress signal. And she's got a choom choom shooting off like laser blasts and stuff. All right, so distress signal apparently brings in Guardians of the Galaxy. Alpha Flight, this is Star-Lord. The Guardians of the Galaxy are here to help. We better get paid for this, Quill. I am Groot. All right, so what we don't see there is Venom. He's kind of like leading the charge. He's ahead of everybody else. He's already jumped into the whole thing and he's going at it, which is where we're going to go from here. So, all right. So we've got scenario one, Brotherhood of Badoon. The Brotherhood of Badoon has mounted a surprise attack against Earth. You and the other Guardians of the Galaxy rush to Earth's aid, teaming up with the mighty Avengers in the process to beat back the Badoon. However, the Brotherhood of Badoon's leader Drang is a skilled tactician with a fleet of powerful ships and an overwhelming number of soldiers at his side. This won't be an easy fight. All right, so we're looking here. We've got villain deck, Drang 1 and Drang 2, because I'm a wuss. I'm a going expert. All right. We have Terrestrial Invasion 1 and 2. And counter deck has Brotherhood of Badoon, Band of Badoon, Ship Command, and Standard Encounter. So we're all set there. Campaign instructions. Each player records their identity in the campaign log found on page 22 and 23. So let's see here. We're going to flip back to page 22 and 23. I'm going to get my pen out, and then I'm going to grab the separate pieces of paper that I printed off because I don't write in books, and anybody that is writing in the books is wrong, and you should not do that. So on the separate piece of paper, I'm going to write my identity here, which is, we're going to be Venom. So Venom, bum. All right. And then we're going to flip back to our book. And that's the other thing is I can keep my sheets out here while I read. All right. Reveal the Badoon Blitz side scheme. All right, which we've got right there. The reverse side for expert modes. We're not doing the reverse side. Shuffle the Badoon Headhunter minion into the encounter deck, already in there. Then we have victory after that. So we won't get to that yet. Let's get to this adventure here and see what's going on. All right, so we got all this stuff out. We got to figure out what it does. All right, so one of the things I talked about is Badoon Blitz. Let's see here. It says standard mode only, hinder 3. When revealed, place 3 threat here. Victory 1 when defeated. Add this card to the victory display. When defeated, each player may draw 1 card. All right, so it has hinder 3, and we have a starting of 2, so it's 3 per player, so I'm guessing we're starting with 5 here. Ouch. Let's put 5 threat on the Badoon Blitz, and I need to find my threatening stuff. Here we go. 2, here's a 5. Just put a 5 right there. Bam! All right, let's look at our setup here. So we have Terrestrial Invasion, contents, Drang 1, Drang 2, yep. Brotherhood of Badoon, yep. Ship command, yep. Standard encounter set. 1 modular encounter set, yep. Put the Badoon ship environment into play and the Milano support into play. All right, so we've got a Badoon ship over here. It says Badoon ship. Charge up. Special. Place 1 barrage counter here. Then if there are 4 or more barrage counters, deal 2 indirect damage to each player and remove all barrage counters from here. All right. That sounds easy enough to try to remember. All right. And over here we've got the Milano, which is pretty nice looking ship, I must say. Permanent setup. The first player controls Milano. Hey, that's me. Piloting. Resource. Exhaust the Milano. Generate a wild resource for any player, which will probably be me. All right. So I'm actually going to be able to generate 2 resources on the Venom side. So that's going to be pretty cool. All right. So we've got that. We've got our ships. So we've gone through our setup. I think we're good to go there. We're going to flip over. And let's see here. We're going to be at 8. It looks like we start with 2 per player. And then force response. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, resolve the Badoon ship's charge up ability. First player action, exhaust the Milano, remove 3 threat from this scheme. Okay, cool. Oh, so I'm going to either exhaust, remove 3 threat from the scheme, or exhaust to get a resource. I'm going to have to make choices. Ooh, choices. All right. So that's going to start with 2 on it. All right, and at 8, it threats out. Let's see what Drang's got going on here. Drang says, forced response after Drang's scheme resolve the Badoon ship charge up ability. Oh, after he schemes. Okay, so ideally we keep him from scheming, otherwise he's making the ship charge up faster. Okay, so I think we've got everything out on the board. We'll see if I remember it all. We're going to go to getting Venom ready to go here. So we've got a hand size of 6. We're going to grab 6 cards and see what we come up with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, let's see what we've got here. We have Spider-Man, behind enemy line, skilled strike, helicarrier, mockingbird, and another skilled strike. All right, so we will probably get rid, well, I'm going to get rid of a skilled strike because I don't think 2 of them is going to do me any good. Behind enemy lines removes 3 threat from a scheme if I pay for it using a mental resource, which I probably will not do at this point in time. So I think, well, maybe I should hold on to it because I could use it as a resource for something else. I think I'm going to go ahead and hold on to it. All right, so we're going to draw 1 card. I'm going to hold on to Spider-Man and Mockingbird. I don't have any of my weapons, which is a bit of a downer, but I'll get to go searching for one here in a second. And I think I want to play Mockingbird out there and get the stun at the beginning here. So let's see what we come up with. So we have a Power of Aggression, which doesn't help me because I don't have any aggression cards. All right, that's not the starting hand that I wanted, but we'll see if we can make do. All right, so Flash Thompson has his setup ability, Armed and Ready. Discard cards from the top of the deck until you discard a weapon upgrade, and then add that card to your hand. All right, so we're gonna go looking for a weapon. And it's a Dropkick, and a Savage Attack, and a Genius. What else we got? We have a Strength. Got another Helicarrier. Where's a weapon? Martial Prowess. Grasping Tendrils, Combat Training, All of Heroes, Multi-Gun. All right, we've got a multi-gun. And of the weapons to get, that one makes me pretty happy. Okay, now we're ready to roll here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to flip on over to Venom. Now, I definitely want to get Mockingbird into play to pull off that stun, and I definitely want to get my multi-gun into play. What I would kind of like to do is get my helicarrier into play. If I do that, I can only get one or the other into play, which is not where I want to be at, because I could use my resource from Venom, use 2 more, that gets me up to 3, put the helicarrier into play. I need the helicarrier plus 2. to get out a Mockingbird or a multi-gun. The other thing is I could not worry about getting Mockingbird out, and I could go with maybe Spider-Man, or I could go with the Helicarrier to build for later. I think we're going to work on, this is supposed to be a stun lock deck, so I think we'll try to get the stun going right away here. All right, so we're going to do 1, 2, 3. We're going to bring our multi-gun out. Is that what we're going to do? Actually, we will, yeah, we're going to use our behind enemy lines to do 3. All right, I'm trying to decide if I use the Milano, because I can use the Milano. Let's see here. Generate a wild resource. So I could use it to generate a wild resource, or I can exhaust it to remove 3 threat from the scheme. Well, I think I won't use it to do the 3 threat from a scheme. Could use it and hold on to my skilled strike. So I think that's what we'll do. We're going to use 1 from the Milano. Oops, so we're going to exhaust Milano. We're going to use Venom's ability to generate a resource, which means that he's going to take a damage. Let's move this over here. There's my 12 hit points. We're going to take 1 damage to generate a resource. And then we're going to use Spider-Man to put Mockingbird into play. So when Mockingbird enters play, I'm going to stun an enemy. All right, so we're going to stun Drang. We are going to exhaust our multi-gun. Let's take a look at Badoon Blitz again real fast. So it's got Hinder 3. When defeated, each player may draw a card. I'm not sure how fast. I think I'm going to hold off on that. I think we're going to use our multi-gun to clear the threat off of here. And then I'm going to use my skilled strike and do a basic attack against Drang. So I'm attacking for 2. My skilled strike is going to give me +2, so I'm going to attack for 4. I'm going to take 4 off of Drang, so I'm exhausted. He's going to go down to 9. And then I could have Mockingbird attack him, but I think I'm going to have Mockingbird start working on the Badoon Blitz and knock it down to 4. Okay. We're going to be done at that point in time, so we're going to unexhaust all of our stuff and draw back up to hand size of 5. So let's see what we come up with. We come up with a locked and loaded, martial prowess, behind enemy lines, and a Dropkick. All right, so the good thing, Dropkick in this deck is 4 damage. If I paid for it using only physical resources, I can stun the enemy and draw a card. And it's pretty easy for me to get those physical resources in this deck. All right. Villain's turn. What's going to go on Villain's turn? So we're going to put 1 threat on the main scheme. Now we have a bunch of things I need to watch out for here. Let's see if I remember to do all of this stuff. So let's see here. Forced response after resolving step 1 of the villain phase, resolve the Badoon ship ability, charge up. All right, so we're going to charge up. That's what charge up says. So charge up says, ooh, wait a minute. We don't put 1 on here. We're putting 2 on there. Yuck. Okay. So charge up says place 1 barrage counter here. Then if there are 4 or more barrage counters, deal 2 indirect damage to each player and remove all barrage counters. Okay. So we need a barrage counter. What am I going to use for a barrage counter? Let's go with these as barrage counters. Okay, so there's our barrage counter on the Badoon ship. Next up, we have, so that's our phase 1. Now the second step of the villain phase is the villain would look and see Venom out there. He would come attack, but he's stunned, so no attacking from the villain. That's the way this deck is supposed to work. Then we're going to draw an encounter card. Oop, sorry. I missed putting a damage on Mockingbird because she thwarted there. Okay. Villain counter, gang up. The villain and each minion engaged attacks you. Okay, so Drang is actually going to come attack me at this point. So he's attacking for 2. I think I'm just going to take this attack. He's attacking for 2. He's going to get a boost of special, which says resolve the Badoon ship's charge up ability. All right, so it's going to charge up yet another one. All right, so we're going to get another charge counter on there. Well, that's getting out of hand pretty quick. All right. And he's going to hit me for 2, so I'm going to take 2 damage. All right, that's the end of the villain's turn. We're over to the hero's turn. Okay, things that I don't like. I don't like that there's getting a lot of charge counters there. But I can give Drang a stun this round, I think. We should be okay. So, locked and loaded, I could go looking for a weapon. But I don't think I'm going to do that. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend 2 to put martial prowess into play. All right, martial prowess is going to say I can exhaust martial prowess to generate a physical for an attack event. All right, so this is kind of crazy. I'm going to generate 1 resource from Venom. I'm going to use the Milano to generate a resource. And then I'm going to exhaust my martial prowess to do a dropkick. So 3. Deal 4 damage to an enemy if you paid for this card using only physical resources. Stun that enemy and draw a card, which I did. So we're going to stun him. We did 4 damage, so he's down to 5. And we get to draw a card. Ow. Spidey sense. Ooh, that would have been nice to use earlier. All right, and the next question is, what am I going to do with Mockingbird? I think we'll have Mockingbird go ahead and thwart also. So let's see, Venom attacked. We're going to have Mockingbird thwart again. I'm going to take another one off this Badoon Blitz here, so it's down to 3. Let's use our multi-gun. I can take 2 threat off of a scheme, or I could do 2 damage. So I could ping Drang down again. Ooh, actually, I haven't attacked yet. Forgot about that. I used my dropkick. I haven't attacked yet. I'm not exhausted. So I could get rid of the Badoon Blitz this turn. I could attack Drang. I think let's go ahead and exhaust and get rid of the Badoon Blitz. All right, when I do that, it says, when defeated, each player may draw a card. Awesome. Victory 1, when defeated, add this card to the victory display. All right, so we'll have a victory display over here next to the Jackalope. Put in the Jackalope horns, maybe. Does that work? Yeah, something like that. All right. And I get to draw cards. I'm going to draw a card. Oh, that works out amazing. All right, so I'm going to use my energy here to play my Spider Sense because it costs 2. All right, and Spider Sense is going to let me, when the villain initiates an attack against you, draw a card. But he's ideally going to be stunned all the time, although we saw last turn that didn't work out quite as planned. Okay, now we're going to unexhaust. I'm at 4 damage. Mockingbird is down to, she's taken 2, so that's not great. But all right, drop, hand size of 5, so 1. Another drop kick. Project Rebirth would be nice. Power of Aggression. Press the advantage. And 1 more. 1 of my pistols. All right. Things are coming up pretty good. All right. So, going over the villain's turn. First thing, we're going to put 2 threat on the main scheme. So, it's up to 4. We're going to... I have the ability to exhaust the Milano and move 3 threat from this scheme. Oh, that's a first player action, so that's during my turn. Okay. Let's see here. We're going to resolve our charge up ability, which means another counter goes over here. All right. That's our first part of the villain. The next part is the villain's going to look at Venom. He would normally attack, but he's stunned, so he does not. Then we're going to draw a counter card. Counter card is Hull Breach. A treachery. All right. Peril. When you are resolving this card, other players cannot help you. Okay, not a big thing solo. When revealed, choose one. Exhaust the Milano, spend 2 mental resources, or deal 3 damage to the first player. I think we're going to exhaust the Milano there. And then we're done. All right, we're over to the hero's turn. All right, now there's all sorts of fun things going on here. So how do I want to play this? Well, let's start off. I think we're going to drop kick right off the bat. And that's going to make Drang, no, it's not going to make Drang pop to the next one. I think we're going to go ahead and do that, though. I could save Mockingbird for the block, but he seems to be stunned all the time, so I'm not going to worry about that. So we're going to attack with Mockingbird first to do that point of damage. So she's going to exhaust, do a point of damage. He's down to 4. And then Mockingbird's going to go away. Yeah, she takes her 3rd consequential point of damage. All right. Next up is we're going to use our martial prowess and our power of aggression to give us 3 physical total to play this dropkick. So dropkick is going to do 4 damage to an enemy. If you paid for this card using only physical resources, stun the enemy and draw a card. All right, so we're going to do 4 damage. He's going to be stunned. I get to draw a card. All right, we have Drang 2 coming into play. Let's see what Drang 2 says. Drang 2 says, first off, he's going to have 14 hit points. So I'm going to put that out there real fast. 10, 2, 2. And then we have, when revealed, if Drang's spear is in play, give Drang 1 face down boost card. Otherwise, search the encounter deck and discard pile for Drang's spear, reveal it, and shuffle the encounter deck. Okay, so we're going to go looking for Drang's spear, which I do not believe we have seen yet. Blind side. Oh, it's at the very bottom. Second from the bottom. Drang's spear attached to Drang. Oh, he cannot be stunned or confused. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Does that mean the stun goes away at this point? Or, since it's already there, it stays? I don't know. That's interesting. Okay, I'm going to do a little quick. We're going to give him his spear. Let me see if it says at the beginning of our rule book here. What happens for stalwart? Cannot be stunned or confused. Well, there's a difference between cannot be stunned or confused or cannot have that status. So let's see here. Shares title, Groot, Rocket. What happens when a stunned... Hey, it's right here. What happens when a stunned or confused character gains a stalwart keyword? As a stalwart keyword prevents a character from being in a stunned or confused state. If the character gains stalwart while they are stunned or confused, they will immediately have all stunned and confused cards removed from them. Oh, damn it. Okay. That's not how I was hoping that would go, but that kind of figures. Okay. All right. So the spear came out. That was my drop kick. And so I can't stun him anymore, which is not awesome, not optimal. All right. Let's see. So where do we go from here? Now, the other part of this is we potentially have a run-and gun. So my drop kick, I used the power of aggression. And I use my martial prowess, I believe, in order to do that. Okay. Let's see here. So I've got a run and gun, which would allow me to do my attacks again. Milano's already exhausted. So I could do 2-4 damage. Or I could go the thwart route, like looking for another round. I could hold on to my run and gun. And I could... I only thwart for one right now, but I can use my multi-gun to thwart. And then we're going to have some charge-up action going on. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. So we're going to use our press the advantage to play Venom's pistol, because I want to get my pistol out there. All right. Actually, before I look at that, so we do have, if I spend a mental and 2 physical, I can make that go away, which means I could stun him once again. I have a mental, I have a physical, and I could generate a resource, which would get me into the ability to stun him, but I couldn't take advantage of that this turn. All right, I think we're gonna go back to the other one where we do some, we're gonna clear some threat. We're probably gonna take some indirect damage, but we can get a Project Rebirth out there, do some healing, and then maybe deal a bunch of damage next turn. All right, so we're gonna use our press the advantage, put our pistol out there. We are going to take a point of damage to generate a resource. We're going to put Project Rebirth into play. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to exhaust our gun, multi-gun, to take 2 off of the terrestrial invasion. Then we're going to, he's going to scheme for 2. So I think we're going to go ahead and exhaust Venom. We're going to use our pistol to remove 2 more, do 2 more thwarting off of the terrestrial invasion. All right, at that point in time, we're going to flip to alter ego. Use Project Rebirth to heal 3 damage. We're going to go back to 2. We're going to hold on to our run and gun. All right, we're going to be done. So we're going to unexhaust many things. 1, 2, 3, like all the things. All right, then we're going to draw back up to 6 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I have all the run and guns. Okay. That's kind of crazy. Okay. It is the villain's turn. So let's see how messy this ends up being. All right, starting at the villain's turn, we're going to process our terrestrial invasion, which is going to get 2 threat. We have a, after resolving step 1 of the villain's phase, resolve the charge up ability. So the Badoon ship is going to charge up. Boop. We have charge up, place a barrage counter here. Then if there are 4 or more barrage counters, deal 2 indirect damage to each player and remove all barrage counters. So the barrage counters are going to go away and I'm going to take 2 damage because it's player. Doesn't matter if I'm alter ego or hero. Boo. Okay. We're done with that phase. Now we go over to Drang. So Drang's going to scheme. It says after Drang schemes, resolve the Badoon ship charge up ability. So he's going to scheme. He's going to scheme for 2. He's going to get a boost of 1. So he's going to scheme for 4. Or sorry, 3. He's going to scheme for 3. If I can do basic math, right? 2 plus 1 is 3, not 4. All right, and then after Drang schemes, resolve the Badoon ship charge up ability. So we put another charge counter on there. It's powering up. And we're drawing a counter card. And counter card is a Impressive Armada. Hinder 3. When revealed, place 3 threat here. First player action, exhaust the Milano. Remove 3 threat from this scheme. All right, so it's going to get 4. Okay. That is the end of the villain's turn. We're over to the hero's turn. All right, so let's see here. How can we go after this? So right now, so Drang has, what is that, 14 health. I can attack for 2 with a bonus of 1 is 3. I can multi-gun, that's 5. Can I do it? So the question is, can I do it 3 times? So I can do it once, and then I need to come up with 3 to do it again. Yeah, I think I can do it 3 times. So let's see if we can make this work here. All right, so actually, we're going to use Flash's ability to, we're going to use Project Rebirth's ability. I can exhaust to draw a card to heal 3 damage. I'm going to exhaust to draw a card. Oh, we have a skilled strike. Okay. We are going to flip on over to Venom. We will attack with Venom. We will use our Venom's pistol. And do we use a skilled strike? We will use a skilled strike. So we're going to do 2, 3, 4, because skilled strike says your hero makes a basic attack, it gets +2 for that attack. So we're doing 2, 4, 5 on a basic attack. All right, so we're going to take 5 off. There we go. And then we're going to shoot our multi-gun for 2 points of damage. All right. Now, next thing we're going to do is we're going to spend 1, 2, use one of our, yeah, we're going to use a running gun and a grasping tendrils and our martial prowess. Ooh, no, I can't use my martial prowess because that's for an attack event. We're going to use press the advantage, a running gun, and a grasping tendrils to play a running gun. All right, so that's going to say ready Venom and each upgrade you control. So we're going to each weapon upgrade I control. So we're going to untap, untap, untap. Sorry, ready, ready, ready. All right, now we're going to attack with Venom for 3. So we're going to knock him down to 4, from 7 to 4. And we're going to shoot him with the multi-gun for 2, so he's down to 2. And then we will play a press the advantage, which says deal 2 damage to an enemy. The enemy center confused, draw a card. Doesn't matter because it's the final 2 damage and we defeat Drang. Woohoo! All right, there we go. So we've got a Drang defeat. That's good. Now I need to figure out what happens. What happens in the storyline? All right, so let's take a look. Done. Victory. So it says victory. In the campaign log, record the units in each player's respective unspent unit box. Okay. All right, so how do I get units here? Record 1 unit for each player. All right, so I get 1 unit. 1. All right. Record a number of units for each player to a maximum of 3 equal to the victory values of encounter cards in the victory display. So we had 1 in the victory display, right? So there we go. Their side scheme, it's got a victory of 1. So we get another 1 unspent unit. Woohoo, we're up to 2. Record 1 unit for each player if there are no minions in play. There are no minions in play. Just like I planned. I didn't know that was a thing. Okay. Record 1 unit for each player if the main scheme is on stage 1B terrestrial invasion. It is on 1. There we go. All right. So we got 4 units. Sweet. If Badoon Headhunter is in the victory display, which he's not. We didn't see him. Mark the box beside scenario 1, Brotherhood of Badoon in the Headhunter defeated section. All right, so I guess that makes that it. So we've got a little section here and it says, well, I think we'll save that for the next episode, because that looks like our next adventure. Yeah, that's leading us right into our next adventure. So that'll be go for the next one. All right, so let me know if I missed any rules. That seemed to go pretty well. The Venom lockdown deck kept Drang pretty well locked down. So I got my spider sense out. I think he might have hit me once in there, maybe twice. But really, yeah, we took indirect damage, and I think he did only hit me once, so it wasn't all that bad. I think I might have taken more damage from generating resources than I actually took from Drang himself. So I think this deck is doing what it's supposed to do. This got pretty close to scheming out. If we'd have gone another round, it might have got pretty gross. This was a nasty surprise. So the whole Drang getting stalwart, luckily I generated enough damage that it wasn't too big of a deal. But had I been playing 2-player or multiplayer, that could have been a real problem. Or had I been at a point where I couldn't generate the damage that I needed to that round, that could have been a problem. So other learning from that is martial prowess generates a physical, and my run and gun is not an attack event. It's a skill event, not an attack event, not a thwart event, not anything else. It's a skill. So hero action skill. Dang it. So I got to remember martial prowess can't be used for my run and gun. I was thinking I would be able to do maybe 2 run and guns that turn, and not happening. But anyway, got the win. Let me know if there's any rules that I missed in there. Hopefully I got everything and didn't mess anything up. But liking the Venom deck, liking the lockdown stun thing, seems to be working. I have no idea how far this is going to get me through the Guardians of the Galaxy stuff. So we will find out pretty soon. So, all right. That's it for now. Tune in next time as we try to, what's the next one? Infiltrate the museum. We'll try to infiltrate the museum and see how that goes. So that's it for now, and thanks for watching.